Almost, Laurie, you almost kicked me out of the studio. I'm not allowed to have coffee anywhere near the camera. Thank you, Charlie. Can you take that, sir? Yes. Thank you, sir. You got another hand? Can you take? Doesn't matter. Here we go. Feeling sad, abandoned, worthless and unable to cope. Another happy letter to start off our show tonight. Because of his betrayal of so many people, including his wife and best friend. Gary Lyons we're talking about. Big news in football. Second letter tonight. To call an archbishop of the church scum, to me, is just disgusting. Yes, we know what that's about. It's the Royal Commission and Cardinal Pell not turning up and Tim Minchin penning a song to voice his disapproval. Speaking of disapproval, we'll be forced to spend $160 million to hold a plebiscite across the country because we can't effect any legislative change. Gay marriage, sweet and sour. Panel in very shortly. We're going to get all the guys out. They're just chatting amongst themselves. See you soon. Don't go away. Sweet and sour. Thanks for joining us. Got a problem, big or small, would a miracle be nice? Our motley crew is back, churning out advice. You might even laugh a bit in the following half hour. Park your backside on the couch, cause baby, it's time for sweet and sour. Right here on sweet and sour. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweet and Sour. Lovely to have your company tonight. Gary Mitchell with you for the next half hour and a terrific lineup of guests tonight. My mate, Lewis, is in. Hello, sir.
Good evening, champ. How you going?
How was your holiday break?
Oh, it was long.
Was it?
Long.
I saw your Facebook post. Your little boy has grown to a big boy.
He's massive, mate. 5'10", 70 kilos, eating like a Roman soldier.
How old is he?
12.
Eating like a Roman soldier. Mm-hmm. Monica, you got some news for us.
I'm making a Roman soldier.
Fantastic.
Yeah, 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, 3 to go.
Wow.
Crazy.
Are you having trouble sleeping yet?
No, I feel like that's on its way. Although trouble sleeping, it's just broken sleep because of all the toilet breaks. Yeah.
All right.
No one warned you of that.
No, I'm not pregnant. Anyway, nice to have you back. Where are you walking to next?
I'm going to walk from Lisbon to the top of Spain. That'll be my next walk. It's coming up in September. Join me if you like, Gary.
I want to know where your Fitbit is for all of that.
Actually, I don't have one, but I notice you're wearing one.
I do.
And I'd like to have one. So I'm going to get one.
You're not getting mine, I'm telling you. Yeah. When are you going to do that?
September. But at the moment, You'll see me on the streets, and actually I'm about to walk for cancer. So the Walk to End Cancer is coming up in April. So there'll be lots of people on the streets walking for cancer, which is gorgeous.
You're very good. My mate Nunzio's here too.
It's a little bit lazy. She could run. She just walks. Walking's easy.
What are you doing?
Walking's easy. Walk from Spain to France. Where are you walking? Walking here, there. Walk around the block.
Hang on,
I don't have a car. I've got to walk.
I want you to tell us about your running exploits. When was the last time you ran around the block?
Yeah, a long time. A long time ago. No, I train every day, but yeah, my cardio's not big.
He'll give you a run for your money.
You and me. But I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Here we go. Letter 1. Hi, panel. I'm utterly incensed that media personalities feel so at ease to undo all the understanding that the community has of mental illness because it can help ratings and attract sympathy. Gary Lyons has felt so justified in claiming he now has mental illness as a result of having an affair with Billy Brownless's wife. His emotions are not in any way mental illness. They are the normal result of feeling sad, abandoned, worthless and unable to cope because of his betrayal of so many people, including his wife and best friend. Oh boy. The problem this creates is one of general perception. When genuine cases of mental illness that haven't been caused by bad ethics and misbehaviour need compassion in the workforce and community, because of this, they will be met with cynicism and snide comments like, "Really? Whose wife did he bonk?" In my view, Mr. Lyons, looking for media and public sympathy, has shown himself to be the despicable brat that got him into trouble in the first place. I will never watch the footy show again if he ever resumes his comparing role, and it comes to us from Jack in Kew of Victoria. Nuns, it's a bit harsh, isn't it? Do you think Gary Lyons has actually gone out looking for sympathy?
Well, Gary. Everybody knows the golden rule. You can shag anybody you want. You can shag everybody. His missus, his missus, his missus.
Can't shag my missus.
You don't
You're not
shag
gonna
your
do it.
best mate's missus. Bad, bad, bad.
Bad, bad, bad.
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 And then lie about it. I've got a problem. No, he's busted. He's caught out. He's juggling. So what do I do? What do I do?
It's ex-wife. It's not Mrs.
It's ex-wife now. It's been going on for a
No, I
little
think
while.
it's ex-Mrs. So, I mean, I'm not
No,
saying...
it's Billy's
Billy then.
ex-missus. It's Billy's
You don't
ex-missus
shag your
that he
best
was
mate's
mocking.
missus.
No.
Best mate's
Ex
missus
or-
or best mate's ex-missus?
No, you don't.
Or
You don't
ex-missus.
shag your best mate's ex-missus either.
I
They're
would've
still
done it.
around.
Come on, Margy. Margy.
There's a thin line between...
I'll let you tell him, hey mate, I'm going to shag your ex-missus.
Look, I actually think it's a bit of a, witch hunt all of a sudden. I love the media just grab hold of anything that goes.
And they did. They broke this story.
Yeah, that's right. They
Gary
have a
Lyons
story,
didn't
and
break
really
this
there's no
story.
story. Because at the end of the day, it's not Billy Brown's wife, it's his ex-wife. Sorry.
But she
He don't
became
want-
his
married.
ex-wife. This has been going on for 4 years, apparently.
But you know what? No one's
isn't he
perfect.
married?
It's all fine.
married. Gary's married.
Maybe they're 4 adults that actually came to some agreement. I mean, really, we don't know them, and I think you've got to be very careful not getting caught up in the media hype. I think it's unfortunate that he says he's got mental illness, because I think that is actually a serious thing, and I think you shouldn't probably use those labels unless it's true. But actually, in this media hyped world that we live in, he's actually probably trying to get just a little bit of quiet time, and
course
maybe
he
that's
would
his
be.
way to sort of retreat. So, I don't blame him. You know what? It's okay. I'll be
believe a
watching the
word you'll
footy
say.
show.
Oh, no, you know what? People, want to top themselves not because they've got a mental illness. You can feel sad and make yourself sad because of a whole lot of things. When people go through a bereavement, you feel very sad. This is a bereavement for him as well. It's got nothing to do with any, endogenous
got
depression that's coming there. Well, whatever's caused it.
But
You've
to
got to feel
stop
sorry
watching
for
a
the bloke.
show because of
He's-
someone doing something so harmless.
He's got
really.
lessons to learn. Anyway, Mon.
Sorry, man.
Go for it.
Do you know what endogenous means?
Oh, no,
I'm
well,
going to have to look that shit up on Google,
Sorry.
man.
Yeah. If you could just find out and then let me know so I can answer. No, I'm sort of with Marg in the fact that I'm not down with the witch hunts, and this guy's done
Good for you.
the wrong thing, so let's all persecute him. We'll all be judged when our day comes, and I don't want to be jumped into the bandwagon of pointing fingers at people that have been, who we allegedly have said that they've done the wrong thing. But I think also our writer, Jack, he said, his emotions are not in any way a mental illness. We also need to be careful to be labelling people as having mental illness, but also not having mental illness. Who are we as outsiders to really know what's going on in his life and to really have an understanding of what Gary Lyon's mental stability state is? So, mental illness and depression is a chemical imbalance in the brain, and really as an outsider, we can't make that call, a doctor can. So I'd be super delicate with that.
Lewis, you've got to
People
have
so
compassion.
interested? Why are people so interested?
Because it
in
sells,
other
they know
people's
them.
nothing,
Everyone's
really. It's
interested.
not news, is
Everyone's
it?
interested in
No.
celebrity and what happens. We're voyeurs. Last word, sir.
I'll sum it up. I'm a secret squirrel. I don't like people to know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And if it was his missus, then if it was ex-missus, then who gives a? Who cares? People in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, and I've knobbed a few people's ex-missuses, so we'll let that one go. And and that's all I got to say. Jack, no one cares, mate. Write a letter to Santa Claus. No one gets. And I'd just like to say, though, if I could, I'd like to say a big up
Quick
to the
one,
people
we
at
gotta go.
Woolworths Vic Park and the Pet City Bentley that fixed me up this week. Wicked. I'm done. Love
When we come back, we're going to be chatting about Tim Minchin's song regarding Cardinal Pell. See you soon. Don't go away.
it. Well, I cut that short so that I could do that.
Getting in touch with Sweet and Sour is easy. Just head to sweetandsour.net.au to send us a letter. And while you're there, why not check out past episodes? Plus, don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And for a behind the scenes look at Sweet and Sour, check us out on Instagram.
That was Zacky's doing the voiceover there. And for every letter writer that does send us in something to chat about, we're going to send you to the movies courtesy of Natalie Cameron and NRC Communications. And the movie we're sending you to this week is, there it is, Gods of Egypt. Has anybody heard about that?
No, I haven't.
I have. I've even seen the promos and it looks fantastic. Here we go. And we've got a little play out after this letters read as well. And here we go, dear Sweet and Sour. Tim Minchin's song against Cardinal Pell offends me. To call an Archbishop of the Church scum is disgusting. The Archbishop has presided with dignity over the Catholic Church for decades, serving with distinction. Pope Francis has placed so much faith in him that Cardinal Pell was summoned to Rome to preside over the finances of the entire Church. Cardinal Pell, once called to the Royal Commission on Child Abuse, has not hesitated and has already appeared twice. Being ill and certified so by his doctors, he's still very much willing to appear for the third time at the Royal Commission by video link from Rome. This is entirely appropriate given his age and standing. So why is this disgusting Tim Minchin song finding such a huge public audience when it is iconoclastic, demeaning, plainly disrespectful, especially to the Church, and how can this public demonising be legal? It comes to us from Virginia of Mount Lawley in WA, and we've got a little clip of the song as well. We'll play it before we go to our panellist. Here we go.
And years later, when survivors, despite the shame and their fear, stood up to tell their stories, you spent year after year working hard to protect the church's assets. I mean, with all due respect, dude, I think you're scum, and I reckon you should come home, Cardinal Pell. We know you're not feeling well. Perhaps you just need some sun. It's lovely here, you should come home, you pompous buffoon, and I suggest do it.
Well, there you go, Margy. He's not kind to him, is he?
No, he's not. And I actually, for me, I don't think that's the way to go. I don't like it. I don't like, that lynch mob mentality. I don't think that people should be burning crosses on people's lawns, no matter what you think. There's a system, we're an educated group of people, and I think there's a proper way to do things. I personally don't like, I think it's a catchy little tune, he's a clever guy.
Very catchy little tune.
Yeah, we're all rocking along when the song was playing, but really it's actually a message of hate, and I think there's no place for that in the world. I think the less of that we have, the better world it will be. Stay in the yellow, be happy. I think we're going to have a better life that way. So, no matter what it's all about, I don't like people using their celebrity to sort of make political statements and, statements like this. I just think it's just pulling people in an unfortunate way. I think we can conduct ourselves better.
My view is that Cardinal Pell has brought this on himself, and Tim Minchin's song is a reflection not of what's necessarily happening at the Royal Commission, but of what the community is feeling because of the stance that he's taken. He didn't take it upon himself and say, I'm sorry, this is wrong, we've got to correct it. He's actually used the church as a smokescreen, and he's done everything he can to duck and cover. Anyway, Nuns, how do you feel? Are you Catholic, Nuns?
Yeah, here we go, that's a big question.
100%. Go to church all the time, 2-3 times a week. No, I am Catholic. Tim Minchin, smart bugger.
Smart,
very smart bugger.
Very, very smart.
Smart. But Cardinal Pell, put it this way, when I was in hospitality and I own clubs, right, the buck stops with me. I'm the top of the ladder. So anything that happens below me, anything, the Liquor Licensing Act and the WA Police would bang, and they did. Right, so I'm the top of the ladder. He was the top of the ladder. There was a lot of shit happening, and we all know things were happening that were very, 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 very wrong. And the person top of the ladder is him, and he was responsible. So he should put his hand up.
Should put his hand up.
Should he be copying it for
He should, he's
Everyone?
responsible.
For everyone?
He's the boss. I was the boss.
He's the boss.
I'm the boss. I was responsible. He's the boss. He is responsible for every single thing that happened.
Come
in
on,
the Catholic
Mon, have your
Church in
2
WA.
cents worth. I was going to ask Lewis, but you...
Oh, I just feel that
Chatting?
I can't agree with that at all. I agree that he was in a position of power when
The position of power. The boss.
The boss.
But I understand that.
But he actively went and supported these pedophile priests. That's the issue. And then my issue is that rather than copping it and apologising, he actually said these people are attacking the church. They weren't attacking the church, they were attacking him.
But that isn't the issue. The issue is that somebody who can write a song can now go out and say whatever they want. I'm not supporting what the Cardinal did. I'm just saying the way that Tim has gone about it is outrageous. The fact that this can happen and you can just go out and write a song and defame somebody.
Well, you can't.
He said at the end of the song that he might get sued for it, but he wants to come and sue him.
But he won't, will he? He won't get sued, will he?
I don't know. You tell me. Why not?
Watch. He won't get sued.
It's not the right way to go about it. I just think, regardless of...
With the song.
Yeah,
He's putting
it's
it out
more
there to
about...
make bucks.
Yeah, him.
Wrap it up for us, Lewis.
All right, I don't think he is. I think that a guy of that intelligence, right, he can write whatever he wants and make money out of that. He's making a statement. And we've got a good Catholic girl. We've got a geezer that wants to remain righteous until he goes upstairs, and a mom. So you're only going to get good things from moms, do you know what I mean? So, and Catholic people who... Anyway, not that I've got anything against the church. I believe in God. I'm not so sure about the hierarchy of the Catholic system or Roman... My mum's Roman Catholic. She'd kill me if she heard me say this. But the thing is that Cardinal Pell knew... He went to the court with one of the pedophile guys, right? And he knew what was going on. One of the guys that got abused called him and said this happened, and apparently 60 Minutes, Richard Carlton, before he kicked the bucket, 10 years ago, did an interview with Cardinal Pell and asked him, is this true, is that true? He goes, nah, it's not true. The kid didn't call me and say that. And so he definitely knows something. So he's definitely dodgy, in my opinion.
Available to...
There'll be a lot of chat about this one. We've got to wrap it up, Lewis. Last word.
Well, the last word is, he said, Richard Carlton asked him if he knew, right, would it be something that he should get sacked for, or should he resign? He's like, I don't know about resigning, but it's definitely a serious issue. Serious issue. People in church, man, let me buggering kids. Yeah, that shit doesn't happen in my neighbourhood. Catholic priests know better. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
When we come back, the arguments aren't over. We're going to be talking about whether the government should be spending $160 million on a plebiscite concerning the rights of gays to marry. Don't go away. Sweet and sour.
We should have spent
coming up.
For sweet and sour, right here on Sweet and Sour.
Pour some sugar on there, baby.
It's time for
We say what price democracy, and we're going straight into the letter. Hello, Minchin panel. I've been a crusader for human rights for years, and I've written to your show previously on a couple of occasions. Thank you for that. I think the matter at hand today is not only a human rights issue, but clearly an abuse of the Australian taxpayer purse. The right to marry whomever we choose should, in my view, and in the view of clear-thinking Australians, be absolute. It enjoys more than 60% support in every poll conducted. The Australian government, Mr Turnbull's Liberal team, is clearly so unable to function and provide leadership and national progress on the gay marriage issue because of the primitive, intolerant fools congesting within his party, that we will be forced to spend $160 million to hold a plebiscite across the country before we can effect any legislative change. I'm all for exercising democracy on any given day, but surely a conscience vote in the Australian Parliament is all we need. And the $160 million could then be spent where it's most needed, on the underprivileged, the underrepresented. Why does this issue of gay marriage present such a mental block to these people? Terence, Manly, New South Wales. Lewis, you're first on that. $160 million. Surely we could spend it better.
We could, like, you know, the people homeless and all that jazz, you know what I mean? Give them a bit of dosh, laughing, lovely jubbly. Is it the money, Gaz, that's pissing you off? 160 million? Or is it the issue? Is it the money or the issue?
These people are elected to do this business, and they're going to put it back to us because they can't pull it back together. I think this person's a little bit down on...
So Terence
I wouldn't say this person was a Liberal voter, and you can see the sentiments coming through.
He's dissing the current man in charge, right? And he's a little bit...
I do like Mr Turnbull. I worked with him.
Fugal. Is that the word when it comes to the dosh? Fugal, thank you. Endogenous. Anyway, frugal when it comes to the dosh, right? But the real issue is, should gay people get married, yes or no? And the answer is, gay people can do whatever they want, including marriage and other things in their house which might make you go every now and again. So I think, Terence, you're
Waste of
right,
money.
man. Well, it is a waste of dosh, and they should just go tick in the head of whatever they do go tick.
I was almost with Lewis there until he just went completely off track and then moved the gay movement about 100 years back. There are so many countries that are on board for this gay marriage, and I don't understand what we're so afraid of. We have so many beautiful people that are looking to share their love, and I'm friends with a lot of them, a lot of gay girls, and...
It might lead to bestiality. That's what a politician said a year and a half ago.
Don't even repeat such ridiculousness.
Okay.
I'm with Terence. I think it's a ridiculous. I just think that we need to be pushing forward with this, and I think a referendum is a load of crap as well. So make the decision. People want it. 14 other countries are doing it, and they haven't fallen apart at the seams. So proceed.
Margy.
Everybody's doing it.
It's not a referendum, it's a plebiscite. So it's really just a national opinion poll that's costing $160 million.
Do you know, I find it astounding that we are even having these discussions about whether
We wouldn't have a show if
gay
we didn't.
people no, but whether gay people can get married and all that sort of thing. I mean, I think we're just so held back by conservative thinking, and I just think we're going to look at this in the future and just think, what on earth? And as I sort of mentioned a little while ago, you know, it wasn't that long ago that you know, different races couldn't marry, you know, they couldn't be together, they were lynching people in trees, and we look at that now and go, that's lunacy. And I think this sort of thing is exactly what we're going to look back on and just go, this was just outrageous. I can't believe it was even a discussion.
Quick last word, Nunz?
No, I don't think they should get married.
Oh, no!
No, it's hard enough trying to meet a right girl now. Imagine if all the girls hook up. I'd like to hook up with a bloke. I like girls. Imagine, they're all hooked up.
Do you want to spend $160 million on this?
That's crazy. I mean, really, what does marriage mean? Does it mean the same thing till death do us part? Does it mean the same thing as... It does. It's completely different now. I mean, they should be able to do whatever they want to do. But to spend that money...
But who do you want to
No.
make the decision for you? Do you want to get people to make it, or do you want your politicians
It
to
shouldn't
make
even be a
it?
decision. Just
And
get
tell me
married.
whether you want to give away the pair of limited edition sunnies courtesy of Alon Dreves and Aussie Opticals to this letter, or one of the others?
I'd give it to... I wanted to give it number 1, but I got told number 2. So...
We didn't tell- what was number 2 and what was number 1?
No.
You can vote for anything you like.
Number
I
1,
like
number
the-
2.
You like number 2? Margy, which one do you like?
Actually, I'm going to give it to the gay letter.
Gay letter, number 3.
All for the gays.
Gay 3, what do you want, Mum?
Terence, gays. Go.
Terence
go.
Gays, and which one do you like?
Well, Gary, me never think we would see this in all my life, you know, because me grow up beating gay people up, you know, when we was little,
Stop
17. And it's true.
No, it's not.
It was the mantra. Go
Don't
get a
even
man
ask
cooking.
him.
Did I get a letter?
However, number 3, please.
Number 3. Okay, that's
I'm coming along.
3 for number 3.
Thank
There you
you
go.
and good night.
We're going. Thank all of our wonderful panellists. Thank our terrific crew.
Thank you, thank you.
And thank you for having us at home tonight, Australia. We've got to go. And just before we do, just a quick vote, okay?
Yeah.
Who thinks it's a waste of money that we pay $160 million to have a national opinion poll? Put your hand up.
Absolutely.
Do you know what? Half the crew put their hand up.
Yes.
There you go.
Give it to me, give it to me.
We'll be chatting about this, and we're going. We'll see you next week. We've got a hot new panel coming for you. See you then.
It wasn't so bad
We're
this
not
time.
hot. What happened?
No, we have a hot new panel every week.
We
Don't we?
still got
Look at
a
this.
meal in the oven.
Hot new people.
I think they should do a
Always
referendum to get this panel back.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
160 million,
Crew will
bring
have
us
you
back.
back. We still got to go though. Say good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.